That year the U.S. State Department revoked Robertson's visa for reasons never made public. Then he was accused of murder. The accusations against him dominated headlines in Jamaica. But Robertson was never charged and has denied the accusations, attributing them to political enemies.
Yes, my people, bless up, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Anissa Bell Rose. Thanks to all the new subscribers, thanks to the returning subscribers. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, turn the post notification bell on so you won't miss an upload from me. On the road to 5K, help me to get there, my people. So in this one, my people, I'll be speaking on the 8-year-old little girl that was abducted and, her throat was slashed, as well as the 7 principles of the code of conduct that the Andrew Holness-led government is trying to run away from, and just a little snippet of who James Robertson truly is. Shout out to the supporter who said I should just, give a little history, a backstory on James Robertson as it pertains to him coming out against the integrity commissions and, pretending like he's squeaky clean. So according to police reports, an 8-year-old girl by the name of Danielle Rowe was abducted from the Brayton Primary Infant School in Portmore on Thursday and was found the same day with her throat slashed. However, she was, transported to the Bustamante Hospital for Children after being found. She was thrown from the vehicle of the culprit who took her from her school and was found on the roadside, taken to the hospital where she underwent surgery. And, I too was praying for her, praying that she pulled through. However, Saturday morning, she was said to succumb to her injuries and she passed away in recovery at the Bustamante Hospital for Children. The Education Ministry, Favour Williams, has condemned the incident. The children advocate, Diane Gordon Harrison, on Friday called for persons who are aware of why the child was abducted and attacked to share the information with the police. We're going to need a community effort on this one. She quoted that there are so many questions that are still left to be answered at this stage, and I can certainly join in other media forum the throng of Jamaicans who were very disturbed and very concerned about what happened. How can grown people, not children of her age, how can grown people see a little baby girl? And it matters not whether them are gonna come find out, say, if it's somebody affiliated with the mother, somebody affiliated with the family. Some farmer, you can't catch Kwaku, you catch him short. It matters not what went down before. There's no excuse for grown people to go to a baby girl school and take her away, have her in a car, kidnap this little baby girl. Not sure if she was assaulted sexually, but the baby girl's throat was slashed. Jamaica will have to do something about this. Get rid of these men who have this rape culture to rape and ill-treat little children, to rape and ill-treat women. We have to take a stance. We have to stand with our children. We have to stand with our women and women who are enabling and standing behind predatory men like these. We need to stop it because our children are falling at the hands. Our children are losing their lives at the hands of men who are very wicked and cruel. May this little baby girl rest in peace. This broke my heart so much. I am a mother of one daughter, one child. And too many attacks now on our children. Too many attacks on our little girls. Too many attacks. And the system is not doing anything. pertaining to these men who are taking our little girls away, who are abusing our little girls. Let us stand and take a stance now. When is enough enough? We're tired of saying enough is enough, and there's not enough sanctions to get these men off the street, to get these men away from our little girls and our children. Condolences to the family. My heart goes out to the family. Moving on, my people, as it pertains to the 7 principles, or the Nolan principles of public life. So the Nolan principle is a committee that promotes code of conduct for those in public life, called the 7 principles of public life. And the 7 principles are selflessness, integrity, objectivity, accountability, openness, honesty, and leadership. And I will elaborate a little on each of them. So selflessness. Holders of public office should act solely in terms of public interests. Integrity. Holders of public office must avoid placing themselves under any obligation to people or organization that might try inappropriately to influence them in their work. They should not act or take decisions to gain financial or material benefits for themselves, their family, or their friends. They must declare and resolve any interests and relationships. And when it was alleged that the Prime Minister Andrew Holness had taken some amount of contract work to give to his friends, isn't that a lack of integrity? Moving on, the 3rd principle is objectivity. Holders of public office must act and take decisions impartially, fairly, and on the merit, using the best evidence and without discrimination or bias. Accountability. Holders of public office are accountable to the public for their decisions and actions, and must submit themselves to the scrutiny necessary to ensure this. So when the PM and with other members of the directorate is not acting in a way that is appropriate to public life and is not acting accountable, doesn't this principle say that we must hold them accountable? We must can be able to scrutinize them because they're serving us, they're working for us, the people. Moving on. The 5th one is openness. Holders of public office should act and take decisions in an open and transparent manner. Information should not be withheld from the public unless there are clear and lawful reasons for doing so. When they say some things and leave majority of the information from the public, is that openness? No. The 6th one is honesty. Holders of public office should be truthful. When the PM says that he will ensure that there is a set date for elections and he still has not done so after 6-7 years, when there are many other stuff that has been done by other MPs, not just the PM, from both parties, I'm speaking now, isn't that dishonesty when you're keeping the truth from the people? 7th one is leadership. Holders of public office should exhibit these principles in their own behavior and treat others with respect. When members of parliament accost people, I tell them, say them a chink and fly. When them take board and beat women and they get away with it. When they are alleged to be criminals and they get off scot-free, is that leadership qualities? They should actively promote and robustly support the principles and challenge poor behavior wherever it occurs. And those are the 7 principles of the Code of Conduct. And now we can see why, if not all, most of the MPs as well as the PM from the Jamaica Labour Party's side are afraid to sign this Code of Conduct. So when the Minister of Information is coming out to say that he wasn't given any workshop and any training, these are very straightforward. When you're serving the public, shouldn't this be taught to them even when they were training to become politicians, or they just take up themselves and decided to become politicians without any accountability framework? I don't get it. But here's a little back story or a little history on James Robertson, and this is the reason why many of them are coming out and coming against the Integrity Commission and want to change up now all of a sudden the Integrity Commissions and, trying to neuter them, trying to take away their power. So this is a little clipping from the Miami Herald where they're giving a little history of James Robertson and who James Robertson truly is. Take a listen, my people.
Jamaica murder yarn has political ties, with a Scotland Yard twist. In February, James Robertson won re-election to the Parliament of Jamaica. It was the latest in an unbroken string of victories for the 50-year-old politician since winning his first campaign in 2002. During that time, Robertson, a member of the conservative Jamaica Labour Party, has survived a political career that would have derailed many. He was re-elected in 2012, when a backlash against the JLP's association with a drug trafficker forced the Prime Minister to resign, and the rival People's National Party, PNP, nearly swept the elections. When he tried to push out his party's leader in 2013 and lost, he kept his deputy leader position in the party anyway. But those episodes were child's play compared to what he faced in 2010. That year the U.S. State Department revoked Robertson's visa for reasons never made public. Then he was accused of murder. The accusations against him dominated headlines in Jamaica. But Robertson was never charged and has denied the accusations, attributing them to political enemies. He's never been charged, let alone convicted. His accuser, a small businessman, has left the country. Officials made no comments. The news media eventually dropped the story. The matter seemed to simply disappear. Until now. Leslie Leigh Green, a former assistant commissioner of police for the Jamaican Constabulary Force who has since retired, revealed to the Miami Herald that he investigated accusations that Robertson tried to arrange at least 2 murders, and found enough evidence that he recommended that prosecutors charge the politician. Investigations have been conducted alleging serious offenses against Robertson and others, said Green, who is English and a former Scotland Yard detective. In 2006, the Jamaican government hired him on contract to help professionalize the force. The Department of Public Prosecutions made a ruling there was sufficient evidence to charge Robertson. But after carefully assembling his case, Green said, Jamaica's Ministry of National Security refused to offer to protect one of the key witnesses. The witness fled, and the case fell apart. The guilt or innocence of Robertson aside, the episode highlights a problem holding the powerful accountable in a region dogged by violence. The UN's Caribbean Human Development Report noted in 2012 that Latin America and the Caribbean made up 8.5% of the world's population, but tallied 27% of its homicides. Jamaica has the highest homicide rate in the Caribbean. Day at the dealership. On a sunny afternoon in 2008, Ian Johnson was finalizing the purchase of a silver Mitsubishi Pajero at Motor Sales of Jamaica when he saw James Robertson enter the dealership. Johnson owned 2 convenience stores and a construction company in St. Thomas, the parish Robertson represented in Parliament. He was active in the JLP and had raised money for Robertson's previous campaigns. Robertson beckoned me aside, Johnson said in a sworn statement filed by his Fort Lauderdale lawyer and attached to an application for asylum in the United States. We walked a few feet away from the sales rep that I was talking to, Johnson said in the sworn statement. Robertson told him he was having problems with a businessman in St. Thomas. The rival businessman's name was Cecil Riley, known locally as Petrol. Specifically, he asked me to arrange to kill Petrol Cecil Riley, Johnson said in his statement. Johnson said he was shocked and left without giving an answer. Robertson did not respond to repeated requests for comment by email and telephone. His lawyer at the time, Patrick Bailey, said, he's not going to talk about that. To the Jamaican news media, however, and in a court document, Robertson acknowledged Johnson's allegations but vehemently denied them. He ultimately would file a libel suit against Johnson's lawyer. A few weeks after the encounter, 2 gunmen shot Riley dead outside a nightclub he owned in St. Thomas. Even by Jamaican standards, Robertson's alleged request stood out. Robertson was not just a member of parliament, he was the country's Minister of Energy and Mining. He was in his 40s and the deputy leader and a rising star of the JLP. In addition, he would seem to make an unlikely criminal. He is from a prominent Kingston family. They own a shipping company and cold storage facilities. Robertson himself had gone to high school in England and then graduated from Southern Methodist University in Texas in 1988. He was a polo-playing socialite. By the mid-2000s, however, the young politician's rise had caught the attention of Jamaican and U.S. officials for the wrong reasons. A 2005 diplomatic cable sent by the U.S. Embassy in Jamaica and obtained by WikiLeaks stated that, like many Jamaican politicians of whatever party affiliation, Robertson is known to associate with criminal elements.
So there you have it, my people. Uno be the judge of all that I've said. There's a whole lot to be learned in this particular video. Share out the video, my people. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Run go over to my other platform, Instagram and Facebook at Anissa Bell Rose, and follow me over there. Check out the YouTube store. Check out the YouTube membership. You get a lot of benefits by becoming a member. We do notification shout out in each video. Want to be a part of that? You have to be the first to comment and like the video, and you'll be featured in the following video to come. This notification shout out goes to Albert Rami. Big up yourself, Albert Rami. Thanks to all the support. Stay tuned for more videos. Big up on yourself.